the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Susan every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
NTF-ELCAC remains vigilant against possible resurgence of rebels despite weakening forces. Two towns in eastern Samar achieve stable internal peace and security. DSWD expands 4-piece cash grant to aid vulnerable mothers and children. Comelec confirms delivery of 110,000 automatic machines for 2025 polls. Good day everyone, as well to our troops at Camp Emilio Aguinaldo, Quezon City. Today is Thursday, June 13, and we will bring you the latest news from the armed forces and other information around the Philippines. I am Rolf Susan for AFP Community News.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And for the brief overview of our stories, the National Task Force and local communities armed conflict continues to maintain vigilance against the potential resurgence of terrorism, even as communist insurgent forces dwindle. NTF-ELCAC Executive Director Undersecretary Ernesto Torres Jr. emphasized that while most areas have been cleared of active New People's Army guerrilla fronts, their focus remains on preventing any attempts to regroup and to recruit new members. He added that the number of active guerrilla fronts has decreased from 89 in 2018 to just 9 weekend fronts, which the military aims to dismantle within the year. These include 5 guerrilla fronts in Luzon, 2 in the Visayas, and 2 in Mindanao.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
2 towns in eastern Samar were declared under stable internal peace and security condition after years without New People's Army presence. Brigadier General Noel Vestuir of the 802nd Infantry Brigade, the municipalities of Sulat and San Julian for dedication to peace. A memorandum of agreement and pledges of commitment were signed, symbolizing a unified dedication to peace. The release of White Doves marked these new beginnings for both municipalities, which were cleared of NPA influence in 2022.
Armed Forces Radio Report.
Now let us hear from our reporter on the ground for more updates about Philippine Navy reports first maritime exercises of Chinese Navy in Philippine EEZ. Go for the details.
Yes, Philippine Navy reported the Chinese People's Liberation Army Navy was holding maritime exercises within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone for the first time. Commodore Roy Vincent Trinidad, Philippine Navy spokesperson on the West Philippine Sea, reported an increase in Chinese warships from June 11 to 22, linked to drills near Sabina Shoal from June 4 to 11. The exercises included a landing ship, a warship, and 2 support vessels conducting aircraft and hovercraft operations. Commodore Trinidad noted that the drills were not coordinated with the Philippine government but were monitored by the Philippine military. He also described the presence of the PLA Navy as illegal, coercive, aggressive, and deceptive. And that's the latest news. This is Beatrice reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Bea.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Philippine Navy received 190 boxes of food from the private sector for troops stationed in the West Philippine Sea. Navy spokesperson Commander John Percy Alco stated that the donation was made possible through a collaboration between the Civil Military Operation Group Philippine Navy and the GMA Kapuso Foundation, with the support from Century Pacific Foods Incorporated and Grand Nurture. Philippine Navy Flag Officer in Command, Vice Admiral Toribio Adase Jr., formally accepted the donation consisting of 9,210 assorted food items took place at the CMOC Philippine Navy Headquarters in Fort Bonifacio, Taguig City. He also expressed the gratitude for the donation, calling it a testament to the strong support of the public for the Philippine Navy and Marines guarding the remote outpost in the West Philippine Sea.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Philippine Navy and Armed Forces of the Philippines, in collaboration with the Philippine Coast Guard, Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, and other government agencies, are taking action to prevent China from arresting trespassers in disputed waters. Philippine Navy spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, Commodore Roy Vincent Trinidad, assured that they are prepared for the implementation of Chinese proclamation authorizing the Chinese Coast Guard to detain foreign trespassers for up to 60 days. He stated that no untoward incidents are expected and that the Philippine Navy has intensified its patrols to ensure safety. He also emphasized that the issue is a concern not only for the Philippines but also for the Association of Southeast Asian Nations and the global community.
Armed Forces Radio.
We have a report coming in about AFP showcases discipline and expertise in traditional Independence Day parade. Go on for the details, Gio.
Yes, Rolf, the armed forces of the Philippines demonstrated their discipline and expertise during the traditional parade held yesterday at Quirino Grandstand, marking the 126th anniversary of Independence Day. Led by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., the Independence Day Parade featured various units from the Philippine Army, Philippine Navy, Philippine Air Force, Coast Guard, Philippine National Police, and other government agencies. Participants showcased their roles in defending the nation. This year's celebration highlighted the theme Freedom, Future, History, which emphasized the nation's commitment to defend Philippine territory while honoring those who sacrificed for the country's independence. This is Gio reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Gio.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
Department of National Defense Secretary Gilbert Chodoro has classified the operations of Philippine offshore gaming operators in the country as a national security concern. He cited the presence of criminal syndicates posing as POGOs as the primary reason for this designation. He also explained that legitimate POGOs are supposed to operate online betting for foreigners outside the Philippines. However, syndicates masquerading as POGOs are taking bets within the country. Chodoro emphasized the need to stop these syndicated criminal activities, which weaken the Philippines' financial stability and international ratings while corrupting the society.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, the Department of Social Welfare and Development announced that President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. approved the expansion of the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino program's cash grant as incentive for poor pregnant and lactating women. DSW Secretary Rex Gatchalian said the President has agreed to their proposal to include 1,000 day grant for the 4-piece beneficiaries who are pregnant, nursing, or those with 2-year-old children during a sectoral meeting in Malacanang last Tuesday. According to Gatchalian, President Marcos gave his directives on how the agency can improve the lives of pregnant and lactating mothers, especially those who are poor. He also noted that through the expanded 4-piece grant, the target beneficiaries will be given access on health services and will address malnutrition and stunting in the country.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear an update from Jimboy regarding a pop crew and Westmencom strengthens SALW program in BARM.
The Office of the Presidential Advisor for Peace, Reconciliation and Unity and Western Mindanao Command have intensified their cooperation to combat loose firearms in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. At the Brigade Commander Forum on SALW Management Program in Cagayan de Oro City last week, organized by the Joint Normalization Committee Government of the Philippines, discussion center on advancing the Small Arms and Light Weapons Program, assisted by the United Nations Development Program. The initiative began with Inspire SALW project in Basilan on October 5, 2023 and will expand to other BARM province in the coming months. Relatedly, Presidential Peace Advisor Secretary Carlito Galvez Jr. commented Basilan for its exemplary experimentation of the SALW program. This is Jimboy reporting for AFP Community News 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Jimboy.
DWDD National News.
For other development story, the Miro Systems is all set to deliver the 110,000 automated counting machines for 2025 midterm polls. Commission on Elections Chair George Garcia made the announcement following their visit to the facilities of the said South Korean firm that contracted to provide the automated technology for the election next year. He said that they made the right choice to give the award to Miro, noting that they were satisfied with what they have seen so far. It can recall that the poll body awarded the full automation system with transparency audit count project to Miro last February 22.
DWDD National News.
The Bureau of Customs highlighted that President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s order to implement a 24/7 operation is very helpful to the needs of the business sector. According to BOC Assistant Commissioner Philip Maronilla, the agency backs the President's instruction to have around-the-clock processing of all imported shipments. Just last week, President Marcos issued a directive to BOC and the Department of Agriculture to implement the 24/7 deployment of personnel to ensure uninterrupted shipment process nationwide. The President made the order after the Private Sector Advisory Council recommended to the said departments to have a shifting schedule that will ensure continuous operations across the government services involving logistics and supply chains.
Armed Forces Radio.
For other updates, let us hear the details about AFP Officers Ladies Club Incorporated hosts indoor aqua park celebration for AFP officers' dependents. Go on for the details, Sha.
Yes, Rolf. Officials from the Armed Forces of the Philippines, Officers Ladies Club Inc., led a festive event for the dependents of the AFP officers at the first ever indoor aqua park in Taguig City. Parents and dependents of AFP officers expressed gratitude for the activities provided by the group, including swimming, rock climbing, free meals, and toys for the children. According to AFP OLCI advisor Melody Browner, this marks the third year of their program honoring the sacrifices of AFP officers and personnel as they fulfill their duties for the nation. The group believed that such simple joys help alleviate the concerns of brave AFP officers and soldiers while they are away from their families. This is Shaina Raneta reporting for AFP Community News 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Sha.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Budget and Management assured that the issuance of the 2022 and 2023 performance-based bonuses will continue despite President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s order to review and overhaul the government's evaluation and incentive schemes. However, the DBM explained that President Marcos's EO only seeks to review the bonus schemes to harmonize and streamline the process. The department added that in line with the order, possible changes may be made for more efficient and faster release of the PBB. It can be remembered that the President released Executive Order Number 61 suspending the implementation of the results-based performance management and performance-based incentive systems.
DWDD National News.
The National Authority for Child Care reported that the number of Facebook pages selling babies has declined amid the government's crackdown. NACC Executive Director and Undersecretary Janela Estrada shared that social media pages used in the illegal activity were down to 7 from 23. According to Estrada, they're coordinating with the Philippine National Police and the Department of Information and Communications Technology to take down these FB pages. The official also disclosed the recent arrest of a mother in Catarman, Northern Samar, for selling her children aged 1 and 2 to an undercover PNP agent for 30,000 pesos each.
Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let us hear from Beth about military troops neutralize NPA rebel in Masbate clash.
An alleged New People's Army member was killed in an encounter. The PUV Corpus Masbate Province. Major Frank Roldan, spokesperson of the 9th Infantry Division, stated that the platoon from the Alpha Company of the 2nd Infantry Battalion engaged in the 20 minutes firefight with NPA rebels in Barangay Tubog. The class left one identified rebel died and recovered several firearms. Major Roldan identified the 12 NPA rebels as being led by Boboy Cañete, alias Dindin Bugas of the committing Larangan Guerrilla Front. Further, government troops continued to pursue the fleeing of rebels. This is Betanyete reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Beth Daniete.
DWDD National News.
The Bureau of Immigration has intercepted 3 overseas Filipino workers who presented passports with altered visas. Based on the report of Immigration, Protection and Border Enforcement Section, the OFWs were stopped at Ninoy Aquino International Airport, Terminal 3 in Pasay City before they could board a Cebu Pacific Airlines flight to Dubai on June 10. During the interview conducted by iProbe's personnel, the victims said that they had been offered to work in Dubai as cleaners, providing documents to support their claim. However, it was learned upon checking that their United Arab Emirates employment visas had been tampered, suggesting possible fraudulent activity.
DWDD National News.
126 persons deprived of liberty from different prison facilities in the country were liberated amid the celebration of the Philippines' 126th Independence Day. The said ceremony was led by Department of Justice Undersecretary Margarita Gutierrez and Bureau of Corrections Director General Gregorio Catapang Jr. Of the total number, 72 served their maximum sentence, 31 were acquitted, 16 were given parole, 6 were granted probation, and 1 with a conditional pardon. In a message, Justice Secretary Jesus Crispin Remulla advised the freed PDLs not to waste their second chances.
Armed Forces Radio.
Bring us the latest insights from the scene. We have our correspondent Chris Bell. Let us hear the details about 1st Marine Brigade celebrates the 126th Philippine Independence Day.
In a proud display of patriotism, the 1st Marine Brigade commemorated the 126th Philippine Independence Day on June 12, 2024. The theme, Kalayaan, Kinabukasan, Kasaysayan, was at the heart of the celebrations, which began with a flag-raising ceremony, a testament to the nation's enduring independence and the sacrifices that secured it. The flag was hoisted as a salute to the valor of those who secured the nation's liberty, a liberty that now paves the way for the future, anchored in the storied past. The day's highlight was Brigadier General Eric A. Macambag, Philippine Navy Marines Commander, 1st Marine Brigade, reading a message from General Romeo Bronner Jr., Philippine Army, Chief of Staff, Armed Forces of the Philippines. The message honored the 126th anniversary of Philippine independence, reflecting on the nation's storied sacrifices and the love for the homeland. It reaffirmed the AFP's commitment to national security and paid homage to the Katipunan heroes. The message, resonating with the theme, called for continued vigilance in the fight for freedom and the shaping of the nation's destiny. It was a call to action for all soldiers to serve with honor and for Filipinos to fervently uphold and treasure their nation. This celebration was more than a nod to history. It was a renewal of their pledge to maintain the freedom and peace hard-won by our heroes. With unity of purpose, the AFP are resolved to carry forward this legacy, ensuring the flame of independence burns bright for future generations. Brigadier General Macambak reading of the Chief of Staff's message was a moral booster for every Marine in Central Mindanao, reinforcing the collective resolve to uphold the ideals of the forebears. This is Crisbel May Lorenzo reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Chris Bell.
DWDD National News.
For other national news, the Philippine Postal Corporation has set a new Guinness World Record after releasing the longest stamps in observance of the country's 126th Independence Day. The said stamps measure 200 mm by 35 mm with a 3-sheetlet strip, bag the title of being the Philippines' longest postage stamps. Philpost named it Philippines' first republic in Asia, showing the country's nationhood from the historic proclamation of independence on June 12, 1898 to the declaration of the first Philippine Republic in 1901. In a statement, Philpost said that the stamps will serve as a source of inspiration, courage, and patriotism among Filipinos.
DWDD National News.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. reinstalled Monica Luis Nikki Prioto Teodoro, the wife of Defense Secretary Gilbert Teodoro Jr., as Special Envoy to the United Nations Children's Fund. The Presidential Communications Office shared the appointment of Mrs. Teodoro in social media post last Tuesday. It can recall that Mrs. Teodoro was first appointed to the position in August last year. During the former President Rodriguez Duterte's term, she also served in the same post from 2017 to 2018.
Armed Forces Radio.
From Mandaluyong, let us hear some information about Mandaluyong CPS holds a community dialogue for Bagong Pilipinas program. Go on for the details, Ella Mercado.
Thank you very much. The Station Community Affairs and Development Section of Mandaluyong City Police conducted a series of community dialogue in Barangay Addition Hills, Mandaluyong City. Under the supervision of Police Captain Hurana Ulaging as chief, the activity aims to empower the children and youth of their rights and to create awareness against individuals who will try to corrupt their minds and beliefs, which is relevant to some important social issues, abuse and exploit their weaknesses to commit a crime and be misled to the wrong ideologies. Through the image of Manong Police in the community, the authorities want to establish proper teaching and lecture on how to respect parents at all times and how be a good citizen of the country. The initiative of Mandaluyong City Police in line to Bagong Pilipinas program of the national government in the promotion of peace and order situation throughout the country. This is Ella Mercado reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Ella Mercado from Mandaluyong City.
Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let us hear Mitch about the Westcom conducts a simultaneous flag raising ceremony in observance of the 126th Philippine Independence Day.
On June 12, 2024, Rear Admiral Alfonso Torres Jr., Philippine Navy, rightfully led the men and women of Team Westcom to fly the Philippine flag in observance of the 126th anniversary of the proclamation of Philippine independence with the theme Kalayaan, Kinabukasan, Kasaysay. Meanwhile, a flag-raising and wreath-laying ceremony was held at Rizal Park, Puerto Princesa City. Said activity commenced with an opening prayer and the singing of Philippine National Anthem. This was followed by offering of flowers from different government agencies and 21-gun salute, which highlighted the activity. Further, warm messages were also given by Brigadier General Armando B. de la Paz, Philippine Air Force, Deputy Commander for Internal Defense Operation Western Command, in behalf of Commander Westcom, followed by Police City Director Police Colonel Ronnie S. Backwell, and ended by Honorable Lucilo Cecil R. Byron, the City Mayor. The Westcom chief likewise urged everyone to be vigilant in the midst of attempts to divide the Filipinos by outside forces who are trying to gain control of the country's resources in the West Philippine Sea. Furthermore, he said the rich history of the country embodies the strength and valor in the fight against foreign oppressors. He likewise encouraged everyone to join hand in hand in order to maintain the unity against forces, be it local or foreign, that are trying to destroy the country. And that is the latest update. This is Mitch reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you so much, Mitch.
DWDD National News.
The Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration said that rain showers will prevail over parts of Mindanao due to easterlies. According to its forecast, Davao Oriental, Davao Occidental, South Cotabato, Sarangani, Sultan Kudarat, and Zamboanga Sibugay will experience scattered rain showers and thunderstorms. The State Weather Bureau warned that moderate to heavy rains in those areas could lead to flash floods and landslides. Moreover, other proportions or portions of the country will have isolated rain showers brought by localized thunderstorms.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that's all for today's broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us, especially to our audience in our Facebook page, AFP Radio DWDD. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more updates, same time and same station. Again, this is Rob Susan for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Susan every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.